It's an interconference NBA matchup with the Hornets doing business on the road. The Wizards fans are making noise here at the Verizon Center. We're in the nation's capital. It's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg. Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Hornets. We've got Anthony Mason and Divots. And for the Wizards, and Howard. Clark, you know as well as the Hornets did against the West, they really struggled against the East.
Yeah, that's surprising, Kevin, given how well the West fared against the East as a whole. They were really kind of an odd banana of the group.
Now here's Divots. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, he said basically their offensive plan today is what it usually is. Wait to see what the defense is going to throw at them and then make any necessary adjustments. Not every team can pull that off, of course, but with players as smart as he's got, it usually works out okay for them. We'll see, gentlemen.
Of course, thank you. Clark, is there anything that can really be done about shooting once the beat begins?
I don't think so. Shooting is about confidence and form and technique and mechanics, but shot selection is something coaches will harp on.
Number 77 backs in. Pass to Howard. Dumps it off. Cheney. And he lays that one up and in. And it's the Hornets with the ball. Mason with it. Here's Divots. Five on the clock. Here's Smith. A little long, but it goes in. Smith's got his first bucket of the night.
I bet the defense was a bit surprised when they saw him finish that play.
Grab with the screen. Number 77, defended by Divots. Backing down is Howard. Here's Cheney. Off target with the free throw line. Jay.
That's not something you see very often. Not the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target. He got baited into throwing that one. The defense was well on top of him.
That's good.
The D was all over him, but they just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
26 seconds left in the first. Now Mason. Divots in the post. And laid up and in. Divots has got his first 2 points.
Kevin, this guy keeps constant pressure on the defense whenever he has the ball. He's a good decision maker, he can score it, and he's also a terrific passer. He seems to always make the right decision with the ball. That's a terrific play. All he had to do was catch it and finish.
Tie game in Washington. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. And it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. And Washington has possession. Like a lot of bottom feeders in the East last year, the Wizards struggled mightily against the Western Conference.
And no surprise there, Kevin. I mean, just 8 wins for them. Not a good showing by any means, but they actually took a step, took a step backwards from 09 when they tallied up 9 wins against the West.
And Jackson. That's a 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And here are the Hornets now, trailing by 2. Here is Mason. Shoots from 12, rebounded by Jackson. And back to the Washington Wizards against the West. What made them struggle so much, Clark?
Well, you start with the West with the fact that the West has a lot of good teams, and the Wizards just didn't really match up that well. And lacking an established point guard certainly didn't help either. You go against Nash and Darren Williams and Chris Paul. That's trouble if you don't have a solid point guard.
Well said. And it's the Hornets with the ball after the basket by Washington. And it's Smith missing. Here's Weber. And he nails the triple.
Kevin, they're fighting extremely hard right here. Bit by bit, just trying to pull away.
And here are the Hornets. 7-point differential. Here's Mason. Oh! A replay here. The Sprite Slam Cam showing us how it's done.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, I think he was throwing salt in the wound.
So it's Washington. Webb backs him down. Again, the Wizards score.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Pass to Smith. Guarded by Jackson. And here's Mason. D-box sets a pick. Flushes it in.
He went hard all the way right there. There's no back down in this guy. He's got one speed forward.
Oh, was that nasty?
Very.
So it's Washington now. Number 1 gets the reach-in call. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now Whitney. A 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
Got it up. The shot is off. And the first half is now in the books. Wizards lead by 8.
Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Let's get you to the HP Halftime Report. Washington leading against New Orleans. What a display of offensive genius by his team. They've been going off. And giving it their all, the New Orleans Hornets. A precision offensive attack, maximizing possessions. They're avoiding turnovers. Just a beautiful game tonight. And that's it for now as we send you back out to Kevin and Clark for the second half. Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody.
And now the third quarter about to begin. And Washington has possession. 8-point game. Just a horrid year for the Hornets on the road last season.
Well, there's no way to describe it other than that, Kevin. Only 13 wins on the road all season. You do that, and I don't care what your home record is, you're most likely going to be in the lottery.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. And defense. And Washington has possession. Can extend the lead to double digits. And here is Mason. He's got 6. Got a piece of it. And Clark talked about the road issues. What is strange is they were a better than 500 team on the road the previous season.
Well, part of the reason for that was they had a healthy CP3, Chris Paul. But he missed an awful lot of time. And because he did, and he has such a control of the game for his team, when they were on the road and things got a little crazy, it spiraled south in a hurry for the Hornets.
And Washington has possession. 6-point lead. Weber with the screen. Here's Strickland. Stripped it away. The Hornets trail by 6. Inside. Tipped. On defense, Washington. To the paint. Rivas. Mason with it. Blocked. 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Dunking off the nice assist that time.
That's a nice finish in transition, partner. That's exactly how you run the break.
Now here is Smith. Defense right on him. Mason with it. Fires from 14, and that one's good. He's got 8.
Well, he's really doing all he can to keep his team in the game here. What a tremendous effort.
From the wing. The shot is off. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. 3-second difference between shot clock and game.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Number 1.
So it's Washington.
This is clearly the time when you want to take the last shot.
Here's Chaney. Puts too much on it.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
Well, it's been an exciting game as we finish the third. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. And now let's head to our sideline report. Doris Burke for our Spark of the game. Doris.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Wizards put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. They went on that offensive tear in the first quarter, and they haven't looked back, guys.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. They trail by 1. And Whitney, fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Rice to take the lead. Misses the layup. The Wizards with the lead. Weber sets a pick. Here's Murray. Cranes the open jumper.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Here's Rice. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
No good at the strike this time. Second, this is also. Shots good by Divac.
You've got to box out on the free throws. Put a body on somebody. The little things can make a big difference.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
Got that one up quick. Howard's got his first 2 points of the night. The Hornets trail by 3. Smith left side. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Good foul. You can't let him get that easy dunk, especially since he struggles at the line.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Whitney. 1:05 left to the 4th. They gotta push it. And they took too long getting it past half court. They'll turn it over.
In a tight game like this, turnovers can really be a backbreaker. You gotta hold on to the ball.
The Wizards making a switch here. And here are the Hornets. It's a 1-point game. Less than 1 minute left. Here's Rice. Takes the lead. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Oh, that's much in the clutch. They needed that one, Kev.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 50 seconds left to the game. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kev, well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He was looking to motivate them, saying, these are the games that you can win. If you hustle a bit harder than them, we can do it. Every loose ball is ours. Go out there and take it from them. Let's see how much hustle they have in them, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. And making a change here, the Wizards.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Number 1. No good on the baseline J. On offense, here are the Wizards. They lead by 1. Number 1 gets called for the reach. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
They needed to take that foul to stop the clock. That clock is not their friend at this stage in the game.
So it's Washington. Number 1 is whistled for reaching in. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and with the bonus, will be added to the free throw. No good on the first. Does make a second, and that'll put up by 2. Here's Smith. This will tie it. Oh, can't bury the shot to send it to OT. And so it's Washington who's straight by the win. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants to lose a close game, Kevin. It's much better to win those tight ones.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke and the whole crew, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Brand player of the game.